Hi, I'm Emma.
And I'm Lily.
And this is Camp TV. Reporter Alicia has a very special interview with Ann Arbor Mayor Christopher Taylor. Watch and listen to what we learned about the mayor.
Hi, I'm Alicia, and you're watching Camp TV. Today I'm in the studio interviewing Ann Arbor Mayor Christopher Taylor. Welcome to the show, Mayor Taylor.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So we wanted to get to know you a little better, so we have a few questions. So my first question is, where'd you grow up?
So I was born in New York City. Both my parents are New Yorkers. My dad is from Manhattan and my mom is from the Bronx. And so I was born in New York City. But then we moved out to Westchester, which are suburbs of New York, and I lived there till I was 9. And then I moved to the suburbs of Chicago and lived there until I was 16 or so, and then I went to high school for the last 2 years up at Interlochen, Michigan.
Where did you go to college?
I came to Ann Arbor in 1985 to go to college here. I came to the college here at the University of Michigan in, like I said, in 1985, and I came here to the music school because I sing. I have a vocal performance degree. And so I went to college here and got my music degree, but I also have a degree in English. And then after doing that, I went to graduate school in American history and learned about American legal history, but then also went to law school. And so I have a degree too from the University of Michigan Law School. So I went to college, graduate school, and law school, all here in Ann Arbor at the University of Michigan. One of my little jokes is that either it shows that I just love the University of Michigan so much, or I just don't have much creativity and can't think of anything else. So I go to the University of Michigan 4 times over, and it was great.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
How did you become the city of Ann Arbor's mayor?
So, in some cities, the mayor is not elected by the people. In some cities, the mayor is elected by a city council, but that's not how it's done here in Ann Arbor. So, in 2008, I was elected to city council, and then I was on city council for 6 years. In 2014, Mayor Hiefje, the previous mayor, decided he wasn't going to run again. And so there was an election in the Democratic primary in August of 2014, and there were a number of council members running, and I was fortunate enough to win.
What are the job roles of a mayor?
Yeah. Here in Ann Arbor, we have what's called a strong administrator system. So some people think that mayor's a full-time job, but it's not. I'm the mayor, but I'm also a lawyer. I work at a law firm on Main Street. So we have a city administrator here in Ann Arbor. The city administrator is the boss of all the city employees. All the city employees report to the city administrator. The city administrator reports to the city council. There are 10 members of city council plus me as the mayor. So my job as mayor is to chair the city council meetings, to sort of lead the city council meetings. I get to nominate residents to the various boards and commissions that we have throughout the city. The Environmental Commission, the Energy Commission, the Human Rights Commission, the Parks Commission, some of these things. I nominate people for that. And then, I serve as the ambassador, if you will, of the city. Someone needs to, represent the city to visitors, to the university, to the state, to groups like that, and that's what I do. Someone needs to come to schools, and say hi to children on behalf of the city. That's something, that's a task that I have as mayor.
What do you do when you first get to work?
Well, like I said, I have really 2 jobs because I'm a lawyer, and then I'm mayor. So every day I will be at my law office, but not every day I'll be at City Hall. So my days are very different. I don't really have a first thing. But when I go into City Hall, and I go into City Hall most days, I will check in to see whether there are contracts that I need to sign, whether there are letters that I need to sign. I'll check my email, make sure that I understand my schedule, and then I know that I'm going to be at City Hall, and so I'll have a meeting and I'll get prepared for that. One of the things about being mayor, like I said, it's a part-time job, is that I can but it's also a job that I can mix and match. So even if I'm at my law office, I'm still doing things as mayor while I'm there because because I can type messages to people via as a browser or something like that, and it works out. Or talk to folks on the phone or meet people at cafes for conversations. So it all works out pretty well that way.
What are your hobbies when you aren't the mayor?
Well, that's an interesting question. So I have a full-time. I'm a lawyer. I'm also the mayor. I have 2 children and a wife. I'm married to a woman who grew up in Ann Arbor, Eva Rosenwald, and we have 2 kids. They both go to Ann Arbor Public Schools. One goes to Pioneer and one goes to Community. And so my hobbies outside of being mayor, outside of my day job, outside of hanging out with my wife and family, I don't have a lot of hobbies outside of that. But some of the things I like to do when I do have some spare time, I like to read. I've always liked to read, and so I go to Literati bookstore all the time and buy books there and read them, and that's a lot of fun. I tend to read fiction more than nonfiction. And then I also like we have an Xbox in the basement, and I like playing FIFA 17. So I do that with my son in particular. And with my daughter, we'll do all sorts of different things. Sometimes we'll go on walks, hikes here and there. So we like doing things too.
What advice would you give to students?
Yeah. My advice to students, well, like all grown-ups will give, advice to students like, do your best in school, work hard in school and these sorts of things. And all that stuff is totally true. But I'd like to tell a little story about how I got to be mayor. And this is how I got to be actually on city council before I got to be mayor. I have always liked government, always liked, thought it was interesting. But I never pictured myself being part of it. I always thought that, I could never do that. And every once in a while, when I was in my 30s, I would meet like a city council member, and I'd be amazed and just so impressed and thought that was something entirely distant from me. And so I was having a breakfast at a friend's house one day in 2008, and we got to talking, and he said, well, Christopher, you should run for city council. And I told him, that's ridiculous. That could never work out. And I told him all the reasons why that could never work out. And his response was, that's ridiculous. You can do it, and you should do it, and here's why. And he, encouraged me to do it. He helped me figure out how I could do it. And then, 4 weeks after that, I was committed and on the ballot. And 4 months after that, I had won the Democratic primary. And so I guess my advice to students would be to not talk yourself down. I was talking myself down in that way, saying that it was not something I could do, and that wasn't right. If you like something and think you would enjoy it, figure out how to get there. Give it a shot.
What's the best part about your job?
Aside from Camp TV, I think is what you mean. Well, it's funny. There are 2 of my favorite. I like it. Being mayor is a great job to begin with. So there's all sorts of different things that are really good about it. One of my things that I like to say is that I get blamed for a lot of things that aren't my fault, but I get credit for things that aren't my doing. That's one of the pleasures of being mayor in a town like Ann Arbor. I love going to schools and talking to children. Going into an elementary school is just the best. But even above that, maybe tied with that is marrying people. One of the things that I get to do as mayor is marry people. And I have married 180 couples since I became mayor. People tend to come in on Friday mornings, and it's just it's a beautiful time. People who love each other and want to spend their lives together. It's great and exciting being a part of that day.
What's your favorite movie?
This sort of gets to favorite books from a childhood, and then also gets to movies. But I love the Lord of the Rings trilogies. That is just a big part of my growing up, and then seeing it in the Peter Jackson movies was just the best. So that's something that I always like.
What's your favorite thing to do in Ann Arbor?
Again, aside from Camp TV, I assume, but I love when I like going to the farmers market in the morning on Saturday mornings. My wife and I, we love to walk. We live around a mile and a half away from town, from Central Campus, and so we love to walk downtown and maybe eat a meal somewhere, or go to the Michigan Theater. So some of those just sort of regular towny things to do. Is great fun. I also, I have a music degree, as I said, and so I like being involved in plays. And every once in a while, before I was mayor, I was much more involved, able to take real roles. But since I became mayor, I didn't have time, and so I would be, have like a small part in plays here and there. And so sometimes I'll be involved in like the Ann Arbor in Concert production or the Burns Park Players production. Staying involved in theater somehow like that, or being a narrator at a band concert, those are some of the things that I like doing.
That's kind of funny. I'm sort of an actor too.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. Excellent. Maybe we'll be on the stage together someday.
Yeah, wouldn't that be funny?
It'd be pretty cool.
What's your favorite food?
I like ramen. So one of my favorite restaurants is Tamokan and Slurping Turtle, both downtown right on Liberty. So I like. I love too going to the Galleria, which is a Korean grocer on Packard, and getting all sorts of food there. I tend to like that kind of stuff.
Is there anything else that you like to share with us?
Let's see. Well, I've talked a little bit about my family, a little bit about my job, a little bit of what I like to do in Ann Arbor. I guess I'd say no. I just think that being mayor is a lot of fun, and I guess I'd encourage kids who are watching and other people who are watching to take an active part in their city. Often people will see things that they want to be involved in that they can't, but they don't know how. And I guess I'd say encourage kids and others to try to get involved, because Ann Arbor is a great place to live, and a great important part of making it a great place is that people care about it so much. People who live here work hard to keep it that way, and that's really gratifying. So I guess that's what I'd say.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you, Mayor Taylor, for coming on our show.
It's a great pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And thank you for tuning in to Camp TV, and we'll see you next time.
Great interview, Alicia. It was perfect. Coming up next, reporter Jeffrey will be in the field learning about Ann Arbor PTO Thrift Store donation opportunities. Let's take a look at what they learned.
Hello, I am here at the Ann Arbor PTO Thrift Store with the manager,
Paulette Brown.
And I am Jeffrey. Currently, we are at the back of the store where they are bringing in and sorting items that will be on sale soon. So, first question, how did the PTO get started?
It started in 1994 with a group of parents who put on a sale at Tappan Junior High School, now known as Tappan Middle School.
What type of donations do the PTO accept?
We accept clothing, furniture, linens, crafts, jewelry, shoes, household goods like kitchen items, decorative items, wall art. The list goes on with things that we actually will accept, things that people are in need of every day.
Yep, that's a long list. And how can people donate to the PTO?
People can donate by bringing their items to us. Our donation door is open from 10 to 6 Monday through Friday, 10 to 5 on Saturday, and noon to 4 on Sunday. We don't take any donations if it's raining or snowing. Anything that's damp causes a mildew issue for us, so we will actively close the door if it's raining or snowing outside. People can also donate furniture by the use of scheduling our truck to come out and pick up good reusable furniture.
What items are not accepted?
All right, so we don't take anything that's a utilitarian household kind of an item, like the prefabricated shelving for closets. We don't take basically any kind of power tools. We don't take anything that would be dangerous, such as weapons, chemicals, propane tanks, things like that. We don't take anything that is considered baby equipment, like cribs or high chairs or walkers, those kinds of things. Too many recalls on some things. We do have a published list on our website that indicates the things that we will and won't accept that people could refer to prior to coming, or if they have a more specific question, they can call the shop and we'll be able to answer them.
Now, why should people choose to shop and donate to the PTO as opposed to other thrift stores in the area?
Well, every thrift store in the area is serving a mission and serving a segment of the community, so we're all good and we're all friendly. Why should they shop at the PTO thrift shop? I would say because we have a mission of supporting the Ann Arbor Public School students through their PTOs, through individual group efforts, so that they are able to have extracurricular activities that they might not be able to have otherwise.
That's really interesting and a really great reason why to shop here. Okay, what is the benefit to the community?
The benefit to the community is sort of a trifold. Number one, the community can unburden themselves of things they're no longer using, things that are good, in good reusable condition. That unburdens them. It gives us something to process and put out for sale, which helps support our mission. Number two, it's a green sort of effort in that now an item is being reused. Reused maybe once, maybe more, maybe 3 times, maybe 4 times. So that's a benefit to the community. The other thing that we do that is a benefit to the community is that we're actually employing, right at the moment, I think 30 people. Not everyone is full-time, there are some part-time, but we are considered as an employer, so that's kind of a nice thing. We're also taking lots of volunteers at this time to help supplement the staff activities and keep the store well-stocked and full.
So, then, why is it important for people to donate and reuse?
Well, the big issue there is the landfill. The second issue is economics. Many people shop here because they're always looking for a good deal, and we have plenty of good deals. They're not concerned that the item isn't brand new, although we do have brand new things in the store. Those are still priced very economically. There are some people who are on a very strict budget, and they can buy things here that are still in excellent shape for a very reasonable price.
Okay, you heard that? They have good prices, and so, is there anything else you would like to add before we shall go?
Well, we're very appreciative to our donating community. We're very appreciative to our shoppers. And I would like to say that the shopping hours to the store are Monday through Friday, 10 to 7, Saturday, 10 to 6, and Sunday, 11 to 4. So we have shopping availability 7 days a week. It's a mission of the store to keep this tri-wheel going. Donations, giving the money back to the schools. Donations, selling, giving money back to the schools.
Okay, you heard that? They give money to the school, and you should definitely come and shop here sometime if you have any free time. They have a lot of good things here. So that was the Ann Arbor PTO Thrift Shop interview with the manager,
Paulette Brown.
And we are going to sign off.
Hi, I'm Kira, and I'm here with...
My name's Dave Morey. I'm from Ann Arbor.
And he's shopping in the toys and games section right now. What are you shopping for?
Well, right now I'm shopping for a tennis racket I have a little brother. I'm part of Big Brothers and Big Sisters. So I come here to look for used sporting equipment so that, we can play tennis, things like that.
Do you donate?
I do both. I live in Ann Arbor, and my daughter is a teacher in the Ann Arbor school system, so I like to support, this particular store
May I ask where she teaches?
at Hazley School.
And when you donate, does this money you give go back to Hazley School?
Yes, it does. I hope it does. I'm not exactly sure, but I would direct it to Hazley School if I could.
And would you recommend shopping here for anybody else?
Absolutely. Prices are great, good selection, good staff here, and usually I can find something for either my grandson, myself, or somebody in my family.
All right, well, thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you for all the insight on PTO's donation opportunities, Jeffrey. Up next, we have reporters Rintaro and Ted in the field learning about PTO's volunteer opportunity. Take a look about what we learned about volunteering at Ann Arbor's PTO Thrift Store.
Hi, I'm Rintaro Tsuchida, and I'm here with Lynn, who is PTO volunteer. When did you become a volunteer and why?
Well, I've been a volunteer for a really long time. My kids are no longer in the public schools, and since they're no longer in school, my youngest child is 31. And when the PTO shop started about 22 years ago, I was involved, and I volunteered then because the money went to help my kids' schools and their sport teams and stuff. Then, after my kids graduated, I didn't volunteer for, 10 years maybe. And about 7 years ago, the person who was then president of the PTO board came and asked if I wanted to get involved again, and I had just retired, wasn't working, and I said sure. So for this stretch, I've been involved for 7 years.
Okay, thinking, what jobs do you do as a volunteer?
I do whatever the staff needs help with that day. Today they need clothes tagged. Some days it's taking these carts full of things out to the floor and putting them on a display. Sometimes it's sorting those bags of clothing behind us. It's whatever they need. Sometimes it's just straightening or cleaning or organizing something. So whatever they need help with that day.
What are you doing right now?
Right now I'm tagging girls' pants. So I have to write on our pants, we write the size and we put a K for kids so that they know, so that the cashier will know what price to charge.
Okay.
And the size is to make it easier for the customers to find the size they need for them or their children or their family. So that's what I'm doing. I'm writing it on there, and then I take the tagging gun, which has a very sharp needle, and I push it through the tag, and I put it into the side of the pants, or in this case, everything has to be tagged in a certain spot.
Okay.
So you got to do it right.
Oh. Where can people go to find out information on volunteering?
There is a website, the PTO Thrift Shop. There's information there. There's information about shopping. There's information about donating. They don't take a whole lot of volunteers. It's sort of for board members and sometimes people from the high school help out too.
Okay, and is there anything else you want to add?
I don't know. Come shop at the PTO Thrift Shop. There's great deals. Sometimes there's new clothing, there's gently used clothing, and it's a lot less expensive than going to the store to buy new things.
Okay, I think this is the all time we got. Thank you, Lynn, for answering the questions.
Hi, I'm Ted and I'm here with Colleen. So what does the PTO stand for, Colleen?
The PTO stands for Parent-Teacher Organization. We support the Ann Arbor Public Schools and their PTOs by helping distribute money to them.
Where does the money for the thrift store go?
Everything gets distributed to the different PTOs with the public schools. We support 48 schools in total, and then they do fundraising efforts to earn money from us.
How do you get the merchandise for the PTO?
Everything is donated to us. So from the community, they give us literally everything we have in the store, from fixtures that we use to stuff that we sell. Basically everything that's in most of our apartments has also come from the just generous donations from the community.
What types of volunteer opportunities are here at the PTO?
We do take volunteers. Most of our volunteers are either community related. We have families coming in from different community centers, and then we also have people that come in from the schools themselves. National Honor Society has to do community service hours. A lot of sports teams come and help us because we do give so generously to them.
Where can you sign up for the volunteer?
You can email the website and it'll get sent to our volunteer coordinator and you'll get contacted through them, or you can call the shop, and if one of us is here, we can talk to you over the phone and get the ball rolling on all that.
Why is it important for people to donate and reuse?
I think going green is really important. It helps our economy by reusing and recycling and supporting small businesses and the Ann Arbor Public Schools especially. Going green is important just for the environment. We got to reuse and reduce and recycle so we're not just putting everything back into the landfills.
What is the best part about your job?
I love just interacting with the people. It's different. Every day is different. Every minute of every day is different, and that's something that's really fun. I'm really proud to work here. I've worked here for 8 years, and the amount of help that we've given to the Ann Arbor Public Schools it makes me really proud to work here.
Where can someone go and find more about the Ann Arbor PTO?
All of our information is on our website, www.a2ptothriftshop.org. We also have a Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're a little bit everywhere.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
We do have new hours that just started at the beginning of August. We're now open Monday through Friday at 10 instead of 9. Our weekend hours are the same, and donations are now closed Tuesday and Wednesday, just so we can keep on top of things a little more, because it is our busiest season, so we're a little overwhelmed.
Okay, thanks, Colleen. I'm Ted from the PTO.
That's all the time we have. To view more programs like this, visit a2gov.org/ctn. Thanks for watching. I'm your host, Lily.
And I'm Emma, signing out.